Hi. I will speak in English and
Yeah, I try to translate.
Emiliano will translate. Okay, so I try to. We're going to keep this quite short because we have mito talk and then David Pleasance, and then we have concert at 6 o'clock, and now it's late. So I'm going to try and. I spent like maybe 1.5 hours talking to Paolo yesterday about some history. Now I try and say this in 15 minutes. And then after the 15 minutes, I would like to, if you have some questions for me, you can talk to me, because it's good time to this.
Ok, molto velocemente, parlerà per 15 minuti e dopo ci sarà anche il ripresa, quindi dopo questi 15 minuti se avete domande fatele e risponderò.
Okay, so I guess most of you guys know about Sensible Software, my old company, but I can give you maybe some history would be interesting for you.
Tutti voi probabilmente conoscete la sua azienda Sensible Software, ma vuole darvi anche un po' di storia della compagnia perché potrebbe essere interessante per voi.
Okay, so in 1985, I was at school. No, it's a lie. In 1981, I was at school. I meet a friend from school who likes music, and we started playing a band together.
Nel 1995, anzi no, nel 91 andava a scuola e ha incontrato un amico con cui cominciarono a suonare insieme. Can I ask you how were you at the time?
15 years old. 15. When I'm 15 years old.
81. Sorry.
81, I was 15.
Okay.
And then we play music together for maybe for 4 or 5 years, and we don't have real job, like job working in supermarket.
Facevano dei lavoretti, lavoravano nei supermarket.
And then we had the opportunity, my friend could program. He managed to get a job on a ZX81 working for a local company to make a game.
E il suo amico era un programmatore e riuscì a trovare un lavoro con uno ZX81 e a fare un piccolo gioco per l'azienda.
So my friend is Chris Yates, and he was the person who I founded Sensible Software with. Anyway, he was doing this programming for this company, and they wanted him to do some graphics, but he was very bad at graphics. So he asked me to do some graphics for him one day when we play music together.
Quindi iniziarono a creare giochi insieme al suo amico che era un programmatore, ma non era granché a fare la grafica, quindi chiese a lui, quando suonavano insieme il lunedì, di fare della grafica per i suoi giochi.
So then the company liked my graphics in his work, so they give me a job. So now me and Chris, we both work for this company. We do finish this game, we do another game called Twister on the Spectrum. And then we understand that the company we work for, they make 85% of the money, and we do 100% of the work.
Okay. Quindi lui insieme a Chris e il suo amico cominciarono a lavorare in questa azienda, a fare dei giochini, la grafica, il primo gioco si chiamava Twister, e a un certo punto si rendono conto che l'azienda fa l'85% del fatturato, dei soldi rimangono all'azienda e loro fanno il 100% del lavoro.
Okay, so then we decide to set up our own company instead, so we can get more of the money. And in this time in UK, we were both 19 years old now. We're 19. It's 1985. But in UK, it's hard to get jobs, and our government started a scheme to make it easier for young people to set up their own company.
Quindi a un certo punto loro vogliono fondare la loro azienda nel 1985, aveva 19 anni. Però in quel momento il governo inglese è difficile mettere su un'azienda per avere i fondi.
Okay, so but there's one catch. So the government will give you each week £40. When you're 19, you live with your parents is okay, but you must have £1,000 in the bank first.
Quindi il governo però ti dà 40 sterline a settimana, ma per fare qualcosa soltanto se hai 1.000 sterline in banca prima.
And also, you must have been unemployed for 13 weeks.
Non devi aver avuto un lavoro nelle ultime 13 settimane.
So we have a plan. So we become officially unemployed. Then we keep working with the same company. We get another job. It takes us 13 weeks. We earn £2,000, and then we become employed again.
E quindi loro si licenziano, rimangono senza lavoro, poi trovano un lavoro, mettono da parte esattamente 2000 sterline, aspettano 13 settimane e ricominciano di nuovo con la loro azienda a essere impiegati.
And so with this money, we could establish a company, and this company was Sensible Software. So Sensible Software actually came from this situation.
Okay. Quindi l'azienda, come sapete, la Sensible Software è uscita fuori da questa situazione.
So this was in 1986. Then we spent about 2 months working on a demo for our new game, which was Parallax. And after 2 months, we have a good demo. We take it to Ocean in Manchester, which is 4 hours from where we live, which is in Essex, close to London.
Quindi nell'86 loro cominciano a lavorare al loro nuovo gioco e lo portano alla Ocean, che è nell'Essex a circa 4 ore da dove loro si trovano.
So you can imagine we are now, I am 20, Chris is 19. This is our first day of business in our life. We go to Ocean with this Parallax disc. They say we really like the game, and this same day they give us a contract and a check for £1,000, and the contract for £5,000, and they sign the game this day. So this was for us very lucky.
Quindi loro portano questo gioco Parallax alla Ocean, la Ocean dice no, ci piace un sacco il nostro gioco, quindi gli danno subito 1000 sterline e un contratto da 5000 sterline lo stesso giorno, quindi si sentono molto fortunati.
Yeah. So we go home on the train, we are smoking cigars in the dinner carriage like this to celebrate and singing We're in the Money. And this was actually a terrible contract, we never got any royalties from Ocean, but it was a good lucky break for us as artists.
Quindi loro come artisti si sentono molto fortunati sul treno, si mettono a fumare i sigari, stiamo facendo i soldi, non si rendono conto che in realtà il contratto era una schifezza.
Okay, so the Parallax came out, was quite successful, well received. Then we became known by the magazines in the UK, like S.E.U.K, because this was on the Commodore Mania. And then we do our next game is Whizball, also with Ocean, which is obviously our best Commodore 64 game. So we are now coming up.
Quindi escono sulle riviste, su S.E.U.K 64 di questo gioco Parallax, e quindi loro da lì in poi vanno avanti e fanno un altro gioco. What's the name of the second game?
Whizball.
Whizball.
Sì, sì.
Whizball is a rather good one of our games.
Thanks.
and then we do next, we try to make something where we can make many games. So Chris makes some machine for me to make games, but we find the games are very good when the machine is very good. So we end up making this into shooting up construction kit. So we make a game where other people can make games. And this was actually our first #1 game. And now we decide not to go with Ocean because we always get 0 royalties from Ocean.
Quindi loro creano lo Shot 'em Up Construction Kit, che è un gioco, è un programma per fare giochi, però non vanno con la Ocean perché prendono esattamente 0 royalties dalla Ocean, perché hanno questi tutti i contratti.
So we did a few other small games. Actually, I met my wife in one of the publishers of the small games we did for some fun, and then we made a football game that we want to call Sensible Soccer.
Quindi lui dice che ha conosciuto sua moglie come lavorava in uno di questi altri publisher con cui loro iniziano a fare i contratti, e uno dei primi giochi che fanno in questo periodo è Sensible Soccer.
But the company we signed it with is Microprose, and their one condition, they give us good money, they give us £30,000, this was good money in 1998, but it must be called Microprose Soccer. So we say, okay, we change the name, and then we make Microprose Soccer.
Quindi loro vanno con la Microprose e gli dà 30.000 sterline, che all'epoca erano bei soldi, però ha una condizione: il nome del gioco non deve essere Sensible Soccer ma Microprose Soccer.
Okay, so Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit was our first #1 game, and Microprose Soccer was our second #1 game. So now we're starting to get some more success in this 87-88 period.
Quindi il primo gioco era il S.E.U.K, Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit, e il secondo primo gioco è Sensible Soccer, Microprose Soccer, e stiamo verso la fine degli anni 80, 87.
And then we made a game called International 3D Tennis, which is a strange game, but it was some experiment in 3D. And this was the first game we put on the Commodore 64, but also on the Amiga. It was like a transition to 8-bit to 16-bit.
Quindi fanno un altro gioco che era un gioco un po' strano, International Field Tennis, che viene fatto sul Commodore 64, ma poi portato anche sull'Amiga, quindi c'è un po' il periodo della transizione tra gli 8 e i 16 bit.
Okay, so now, once we get to the 16-bit machine, we understand we need a few more people. So we grow the team to about 6 people and we start to make bigger games.
Quindi nel passaggio a 16 bit capiscono che è più complicato, ci vogliono più persone, quindi passano a un team di 6 persone per fare il prossimo gioco.
And the first game we make is Megalomania on the 16-bit. And first of all, we make it about spaceships advancing into mega spaceships in space.
Quindi il primo gioco che fanno è Megalomania, che si tratta di navi spaziali che devono essere costruite e migliorate fino a diventare grandi navi spaziali.
But well, we understand now the game is too complex because you must fly the spaceships, avoid bullets, then go to a planet and mine minerals and design things and all these plans, which is too complicated to play.
Quindi il gioco però diventa troppo complicato da giocare, troppo complicato da realizzare, perché devi guidare l'astronave, atterrare sui pianeti, minare, fare il mining delle risorse e poi in questo modo espandere la tua astronave.
So we decided to change the history. So instead of starting 10,000 AD, now we start 10,000 BC. This was inspired by Populus or Powermonger, this caveman. To start with caveman and then go to the Bible, Romans, Normans, World War I, nuclear weapons, spaceships. So it's the same game, mining, designing, using your resources to fight, but this time the history is old, so people can relate to it more.
Quindi per fare in modo che la gente capisse un po' meglio il gioco e fosse un po' più facile, invece di iniziare nel 10.000 d.C., il gioco inizia nel 10.000 a.C., quindi tutta la storia dalla preistoria ai babilonesi, e devi sempre raccogliere risorse, fare design, progettare cose e avanzare fino alle navi spaziali.
And also from Megalomania there's two important things which came. First it was the first game in the world to have a tech tree. So all these games you see with tech trees and design trees, we were the first, by accident, but we were the first. And also we were the second game, because there was one just come before us, to do mining, like where you mine for things in the earth to build stuff. So this is one very important thing about the game.
Quindi è stato praticamente il primo gioco che aveva un albero della tecnologia, adesso un sacco di giochi ce l'hanno. Probabilmente tutti se li conoscono Civilization. Making an example, Civilization is probably the most famous one. Yes, it came many a few years later. Yeah. Quindi loro fanno questo primo gioco dove tu devi appunto trovare le risorse, raccogliere le risorse e progettare cose per avanzare la civiltà.
And the second thing that's important about Megalomania was the little men we had running around. Because this was the first time we had these small men. And at the end of Megalomania, I decided to dress this little man up in a football kit. And this now became the sensible soccer man.
Quindi la seconda cosa per cui il Megalomania è importante è che c'è questo piccolo umile che alla fine viene disegnato con abiti da calcio, e è quello che poi è diventato l'umile di Sensible Soccer.
So we had a small problem at the end of Megalomania. The game was number one in the UK and other countries in Europe. Very successful, but the publisher, Microsoft, collapsed. They lose all their money, and we lose all our money. So actually we lost £75,000, which was 75% of our turnover in a year. So as a company, it makes us very vulnerable.
Quindi il problema di Megalomania è che è un gran successo, ma l'azienda che lo produce fallisce, e quindi loro nel finale alla fine perdono 75.000 sterline, che è il 75% del loro turnover.
So this was in 1991, and we have other games signed with Microsoft. So we have our games, but no money. We go to our bank and say, Mr. Bank, we have these 2 floppy disks. Please give us money. And he says, this floppy disk is worth 25 cents. And this floppy disk is 25 cents. You can have no money. But the floppy disks, one was Sensible Soccer, and the other one was Cannon Fodder. So we were like,
amazing. So quindi devono trovare, hanno altri giochi pronti ma non hanno più soldi, quindi vanno in banca e dicono abbiamo questi 2 floppy disk, ci date dei soldi per produrli? E la banca gli risponde sì, questo vale 25 centesimi e quest'altro vale 25 centesimi, quindi no, ci dispiace, non potete avere dei soldi. Ma uno era S.E.U.C.K, un floppy disk, e l'altro era Cannon Fodder, quindi sono stati comunque fortunati.
So then we signed again the games, we got them back, we signed to Virgin, Cannon Fodder and to a Renegade, a new publisher, Sensible Soccer. And of course, then our world changed. So in all this time, we've had now maybe 3 number 1 games, and everyone says we're really good, but we don't have too much money. It's okay, money, like this, okay. But then Sensible Soccer comes in June of 1992, and now the money starts to fall on.
Quindi si presentano alla Virgin con Cannon Fodder, right? Virgin Cannon Fodder e Sensible Soccer alla Renegade, che era una nuova azienda, un nuovo publisher, che non avevano proprio soldi, erano poveri, con Sensible Soccer i soldi cominciano a piovere dal cielo.
Okay, so now we're getting a lot of praise from people with Sensible Soccer, and then the next year, then we have Whiskey, which came just before Sensible Soccer. A lovely game, very artistic, not so commercial. It's nice to have balance. Some make money, some artistic. And then we have Cannon Fodder the next year. So this is good sequence of games.
Quindi dopo Sensible Soccer c'è Whisky, che non è un gioco diciamo apprezzato da tutti, ma è più artistico, ma dice anche giusto avere un gioco che vende perché mi piace, e un altro che è un po' più artistico perché magari si divertono più a farlo. E dopo Whisky, l'anno dopo arriva anche Cannon Fodder.
And then we have the next year, Sensible World of Soccer, our best game. I think our best game.
Yes.
It was voted in 2006 by Stanford University in California, one of the 10 most influential games of all time. So this includes games like Mario and Tetris, classic games. And we're the only game developed in Europe in this list. So this is our best ever game.
Quindi l'anno successivo ancora, what year was that?
And 2006.
Oh no, when the game came out.
94.
94. Quindi nel 94 esce Sensible World of Soccer e nel 2006 alla Stanford University di California è stato votato come uno dei giochi più influenti della storia e è l'unico gioco europeo che sta nella top 10 dei giochi come Mario, Tetris e altri giochi famosissimi. Quindi è un orgoglio.
So, but at this time now we are starting to get more eyes on us, and we understand. We wait a long time. Actually, we wait 6 years to make good money from our work. So we understand this is the time to capitalize on our name, and we start to sign more games like Cannon Fodder 2, Sensible Golf. But maybe we signed too much. Like we didn't have too many people to make the game still. So the quality starts to go a little like this because there's not so much focus, there's too much activity.
Quindi cercano di capitalizzare sul fatto che erano finalmente dopo 6 anni diventati famosi e fanno uscire più titoli come Cannon Fodder 2, però si rendono conto che non hanno tante persone nello staff e la qualità ne risente un po'.
And then we hit another issue. So we're now maybe the top developer on 16-bit in Europe, probably at this time. Companies like Payback Brothers, Bullfrog, Team 17, many other good companies, but we are at the top. But now the world wants 3D, and we are still in the 2D world. But when we go to a publisher, they don't want 2D Amiga game. They offer us 4 times more money to go to 3D. This is insane. So now the advances go up to, for 3D games, 1 million each game. So this is big jump. So we go, okay, we've got 3 games. They're 1 million each. So we're playing this game to understand our value. And we wanted to stay with Renegade and Virgin, but now the companies want all of us. We either go all with Virgin or all with Renegade. We cannot anymore have 2 because they fight for us.
Quindi dicono a un certo punto hanno successo, però all'epoca del 2D comincia a terminare, i software house i publisher vogliono il 3D e gli pagano fino a 4 volte tanto, gli dicono guarda un gioco ti diamo anche 1 milione di sterline per un gioco, però deve essere 3D e comunque poi la Virgin o la Renegade vogliono l'esclusiva, quindi loro devono scegliere o pubblicate con Virgin, con noi o con Renegade.
And of course, all this time, Sensible Soccer is still selling. So we're still getting money from the Renegade. So we decide to go with Renegade, although we wanted to do half and half. And we signed a 3-game deal with Sensible Soccer in 3D, which became Sensible Soccer 98. A game called Sex, Drugs and Rock and Roll, and a game called Have a Nice Day. Different types of games. But unfortunately, we were very bad at 3D. And we signed some very bad programmers. We have now 20 staff, and we are not good in this.
Quindi rimangono con la Renegade perché Sensible Soccer continuano a vendere e cercano di fare la versione 98 e cominciano a fare i giochi 3D, ma assumono programmatori che non sono un granché, quindi sono 20 persone adesso lo staff, però i giochi non sono proprio il massimo.
So we hit a point where we've got 20 guys in the office. We've had maybe 2 million of the money, but we still delivered no games, and our 3D is still really bad programming. So now we had to escape this. So we, over some period of time of not being paid for many, many months, we managed to come out of this. The publishers say they only want Sensible Soccer, they don't want the other 2 games anymore. And we finished this in 3D, but it's not so good, you know, this Sensible Soccer 98. Of course it didn't work.
Quindi sono 20 persone che cercano di fare questi giochi, ma in realtà hanno 2 milioni di sterline potenziali ma non riescono a completare i giochi. E a un certo punto i publisher si rompono le scatole e dicono vogliamo almeno uno di questi 3 giochi promessi, vogliamo Sensible Soccer, lo completano, Sensible Soccer 98 in 3D, ma lui dice non è proprio il massimo.
So we decided, myself and Chris, to start with 2 of us. Now we have 22. We looked at what we need for 3D. We need 80 people when we do the calculation. And we decided, finish, end. We want to be in band, not orchestra. So we decided to just sell a company. And we sold in the end to Codemasters.
Quindi in realtà dicono per fare il 3D noi siamo 22 adesso, ma dovremmo essere 80 e quindi non vogliamo essere un'orchestra, vogliamo essere una band, quindi vendono tutta l'azienda a Codemasters.
In 1999, and this was the end of Sensible Software, and I said, myself and Chris decided, okay, this has been great. We never argued one time in 13 years. And we always share everything equal, and we just finish, like very good divorce. We just stop, and the end, and that was the Sensible Software history.
Quindi nel 99 lui e Chris dicono ok, basta, adesso è ora di finire, chiudono l'azienda, finisce la Sensible Software e non hanno mai litigato una sola volta, quindi è stato un divorzio consensuale.
So that's the end of the story. I think we maybe got time for 1 or 2 questions. From the audience?
Quindi questa è tutta la storia, se avete 1 o 2
Io.
Eccolo.
Sorry.
Gabriele, prego.
Volevo chiedere, su internet ho letto che il primo gioco forse è Twister Mother of Charlotte, se l'hanno fatto loro perché c'è questa informazione, se è vero o falso.
So he's asking like the first game was Twister Mother of Charlotte, something like that.
Yeah.
And he wants to know if you did it or someone else did it because there's this kind of rumor on the internet.
We made Twister, no, so Twister was when we were working for this company, LT Software, when we were young, before Sensible Software, System 3 commissioned a game called Twister, and they said we want it to be like Tron, but a woman with big tits flying.
Sì, è vero.
This is actually what we were told. So, and then we have freedom. Me and Chris to make a game, 2 of us, and this was our first game, but wasn't officially Sensible Software. But there is a cheat, and you can do certain keys on the spectrum. It says developed by Sensible Software. So this is like our first unofficial game. Yeah.
Sono contento, gli è piaciuto.
Quindi loro lavoravano per un'altra azienda all'epoca, glielo commissiona System 3 questo gioco. Hanno la libertà di farlo, dice deve essere come Tron, ma con una donna con le sisse di fuori, cose strane. e loro lo fanno, e poi però sullo Spectrum se tu premi una certa combinazione di tasti esce scritto sviluppato dalla Sensi Software, però è nascosta l'informazione.
Si ricorda qual è la combinazione?
Mister Egg.
Esatto, do you remember what's the
No,
combination?
if you can find it, this will be good.
Ok,
Se la trovi è
Ok.
contento anche lui perché non se la ricorda.
ok.
Maybe one more question?
Un'altra domanda?
Ma se domanda che fa?
Well, we got Stuart Campbell to do this, so we hit an issue when we when we did Cannon Fodder. This was the first game I didn't do graphics, so for me it was nervous, but Stu Cambridge came, did a good job. And then we got to Cannon Fodder 2, and now we needed to let someone else do the level design, because I was doing a sensible world of soccer. I was doing also looking at sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the game for Warner, and I couldn't focus on this. So we needed someone, and Stuart understood our games. He was a very good fan of Sensible. We knew he understood, but it wasn't the same feeling, you know. The game went crazy with purple alien levels, and I tried to give some control to the team, and then after, I regret. And it's too hard.
Perché a fare le design di Carlo Pastore il sadico giornalista di S.E.U.C.K.
Ah, ok. Quindi lui dice che avevano chiamato questa persona, il sadico giornalista, per fare il design di Cannon Fodder 2 e non era male, però non era la stessa cosa del Cannon Fodder 1 e quindi gli hanno dato libertà creativa, però alla fine lui se ne è pentito perché il risultato non era proprio quello sperato.
Okay, is that it? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Please, listen to David's talk, and then after we're doing concert up there. Okay, at 6. Please, I would like everyone to come, otherwise I'll be very sad playing guitar on my own. Okay, thank you.
Grazie.
Ascoltate David adesso e poi il suo concerto dopo, altrimenti si intristisce.